This is Michael Gerace with Michelangelo's Plumbing. It is May 9th, 2018. We're performing a waistline inspection from the rear cleanout behind the master bathroom area, and it is an ABS cleanout. And it is on the right-hand side of the house, the right rear. As you're facing the house from the street and you walk down the right-hand gate, it is right around the corner, and it is right next to the pool equipment. So we're going to run through the waistline and inspect the waistline underneath the slab. And it is 1587 Larkfield Avenue, Westlake Village, California, 91362. We'll begin our inspection. We're going to zero out at our cleanout, and then we'll put our counter on for our monitor. Okay, we're right here is our mainline cleanout, and we have the box. This is the Aqualink box for the pool equipment. Pool equipment is right next to us. There's the fence, and here's our pool equipment. And this is our backyard area. We have tennis courts and basketball court right back behind us, and then going over toward the barbecue area. So we're going to begin running through our mainline cleanout. We're right at our mainline cleanout. We're going to zero out our camera. Okay, we've got to zero it out. We've got our counter on. We're going to begin running through 3.5-inch ABS plastic waistline cleanout. Take a look at the joints underneath the slab. That joint appears to be in good condition. That joint appears to be in good condition. Now we're running out toward the front of the house, toward the cleanout that we have on the right-hand side of the house. That joint looks good. That joint looks fine. That joint's got a little bit of separation. It wasn't deep-seated into the fitting properly, but it still looks to be fine. Unfortunately, there's quite a few joints that are put together that way. They're very hard to push together, and sometimes people don't push them together nice and tight. Okay, these joints look good. And those joints, from what I could see, are still in the master bathroom. Now we're heading toward the hall bath. We're going to have a large length of pipe, probably 20-foot length of pipe, and we'll have a coupling, and then we'll start having some fittings. That joint's got a little bit of separation in between. Don't see any issues at this time, but it wasn't deep-seated. It wasn't seated as deep as it could have been. As I said, unfortunately, that's very common. Don't see an issue with the joint, though. No root intrusions, no breaks in there. Got a little bit of a dam right here where we just have a real large overpour on glue right there, and it's holding back a little tiny bit of water between the fitting. Won't harm anything. That shouldn't cause an issue. We're going out. Got a little buildup in that joint, no big deal. Joint looks to be in good condition. That joint looks to be fine. Now that's at our hall bathroom area from what I can see. We're going out, and that joint looks fine. We're going to go, we can't really take a look in the mainline cleanout in front. It's just too deep, and the way that it sweeps, we can't see our camera cables down in it. I believe that we're just about there. So we're going to push out a little bit more, and then we'll go locate, see exactly where we're at. And we do have some more water coming through right here, so we may not be quite out to the front, as we do have water coming in there from a fitting, so we may still be in that hall bath. That joint looks to be fine. That joint looks good. That joint's got a little separation again in it, but it still looks to be good. That joint looks to be in fair condition. Making a little bit of a turn now. That joint's got a separation as well. Wasn't deep seated. Don't see any issues. There's no root intrusion. There's no breaks. No major offsets. Made a little bit of a turn. Now we're diving down into another transition, which we're going to go locate this area and just verify where we're at. Okay, we've marked this area out in the front yard, and we are just past the mainline cleanout that's on the right-hand corner of the house, right front corner of the house, as you're looking at the house from the street. So now we're going to begin pulling back. We checked all the joints. We've got some joints that have a little bit of a separation in between the joints where they weren't seated nice and tight. But like joints like this, like that joint right there is seated nice and tight, and that looks perfect. Next joint, that joint looks really good. They're nice and flush, they're nice and tight, and that's the way that they're supposed to be. And that joint looks good right there. This one's got some separation in the joint. You can see in the turn, it just wasn't put together flush. So that is not deep-seated all the way into the coupling. We do not have an issue at this point, and this is back under the have an issue at this point, nor will we probably have an issue in the near future. Down the road sometime, I can't say whether it will cause an issue or not. You're still in that coupling more than likely a good 3/4 of an inch, maybe a whole inch. But it's not seated all the way into the fitting the way that we like to see them. That joint looks to be in pretty good condition. Next joint looks to be in pretty good condition. That joint's really flush. That joint's really tight. Next joint's got a tiny little gap, nothing serious. That joint's seated pretty well. That joint looks to be pretty good. That joint's seated really tight. That joint looks nice. Unfortunately, we see this all the time, and most of the time it does not cause an issue. It will break easier, though, if we have a large earth movement. If we have an earthquake and it's substantial and we get a lot of bouncing, those joints that aren't deep-seated enough, they can break. But then again, the other ones can break just as well if we get a large enough earthquake. That looks to be in good condition. That's an increase. That's going from 3-inch to 4-inch. Pulling back up underneath the slab. That joint looks to be in really good condition. That joint has a slight, little bit of a separation, not much at all. But they all look to be in pretty good condition at this time. Joint looks good. That joint looks good. That joint just has a lot of overpour of glue. That's what was holding back a little bit of water right there. But the joint looks to be okay. That joint looks good. That joint has a separation in it, but still looks to be in fair condition at this time. No breaks, no roots, no major offsets. Now we're pulling back toward the clean out in the back, the waistline clean out. Those joints appear to be in good condition at this time. That joint's got a little separation. That joint looks good. That joint has a minor bit of separation, but nothing to be too concerned about right now. We're pulling back, coming back toward our waistline clean out, and that will conclude our video waistline inspection through the 3.5-inch waistline clean out at the back, the rear of the master bathroom. That concludes our inspection.